I didn't get to be with you on Sunday, so many of you I didn't get to meet. I'm Lonnie Lawson, the President and CEO here at the Center for Rural Development, and we want to welcome you to the Rogers Scholars Program graduation. Parents, thank you so much for sharing your sons and daughters with us this week. It's been an incredible week, another incredible group of scholars, and they're always wonderful. It's a joy to watch them grow from the time they come in at the beginning of the week until the end of the week, but every single class is different. I've been able to be at every single Rogers Scholars graduation over the last 17 years, and no two classes are the same. It just blows my mind that you have so much difference in them, but they're all good. They're all incredible students. Scholars, have you had a good week? You sad to go home? Anybody want to stay another week? Parents, you want them to stay another week? It seemed like it was a little mixed there, so maybe you did miss them a little bit. Scholars, we had a great week. You heard from some great speakers this week. Speakers like Governor Martha Lane Collins. I thought she did an incredible job. And you young ladies, if you want a role model to follow, right there's a perfect role model to follow from a small town in Kentucky that went and has done some incredibly great things. Dr. Bill Luckey. One of my favorite quotes that Dr. Bill Luckey says is, "Bloom where you're planted." Pay attention to that because it's a good message. Dr. Michael Benson, and I didn't get to hear him, but Delaney says he was an incredible speaker this week as well. And how many of you liked Kenny Davis today? Incredible story. Again, I've heard it over and over and over again, and I love hearing it every single time. He just does an amazing job. I want to talk to you just a little bit about some things that I wish I had been able to take advantage of. I wish there had been a Rogers Scholars Program when I was going through school. And I wish someone had been able to sit down and tell me some of the things that you've heard about this week that are life lessons that if you'll listen to them and pay attention will really make a difference in your life. Build upon the friendships that you've learned this week. Build upon the connections that you've made this week. And as I said, I really wish I'd have had someone that had done that when I was at a much younger age. Who knows, it might have turned out a little bit differently. I don't know. I might be president today. You never know, right? The first thing I want to say to you is be the very best you can be. No matter what it is you try, no matter what it is you undertake, be the very best that you can be. You know, it's growing up and trying to become an adult sometimes seemed like a scary thing, and it is scary, especially in today's world and in today's climate where there's not a whole lot of jobs out there, and especially in our region, we're struggling for jobs. So it is a scary place. But if you do the very best that you can do in everything that you attempt, you'll succeed, no matter where you go, no matter what it is you do. And whatever you do in life, make sure it's the very best that you can do. I was really thrilled to hear how many of you have been able to take mission trips. It's something I believe in, so I'm going to say, continue to broaden your horizons. Some of you have done international trips. I know some of you have gone to Haiti. I think one went to Austria. I had the pleasure of going to Brazil on a couple of mission trips, and it's an eye-opening experience. Dr. Bill Luckey said to you, you're not competing against the next county over. You're competing against China, Japan, India, Korea, the rest of the world. So broaden your horizons, find out what it is that they think, how they work, how they go about their education system, because truly that is who you're competing against. As you get up and get out into the workplace, that's who you're going to compete against. So broaden your horizons. Don't ever limit yourself. Take every opportunity to go abroad, to do mission work, even in your home community or in these United States, but broaden those horizons. And then don't forget where you came from. I see a lot of people on a daily basis, and I hear people all the time that seem to want to apologize for being from Eastern Kentucky. I will tell you that I am not one of those people. I am so proud of where I'm from. This is a region that is as beautiful as anywhere in the world, and we've got as much capability as anywhere in the world. We've got to tackle this jobs problem that we have, but Eastern Kentucky is a great place to be from. We have as much a sense of place in Eastern Kentucky as anywhere I have ever seen, and I've done quite a bit of traveling, and Eastern Kentucky is one of the best. Hang on to your family, hang on to your friends, and make sure that you cherish each and every moment. And you're probably going to roll your eyes when I say this one, but you're probably going to end up more like your parents than you would ever care to believe. When I was your age, the last thing I wanted to think was I was going to be like my dad. But as I grew older and learned more about him, you're going to find out that all of those things that you thought he was crazy or didn't know, he was actually pretty smart. So cherish every one of those moments. I lost my dad 7 years ago, and I lost my mom in February. And I miss them every single day. There's so many conversations I didn't get to have with them. So many things that I wanted to, so many questions I wanted to ask. So cherish each and every one of those moments. And you just might find out that your parents are kind of cool people. They are the ones that got you to this point in life, and they've put a lot into you. They've put an incredible amount into you. They've sacrificed their lives so that you can be where you are today. So give them a little bit of slack. And I would bet in 20 years or so, you'll be just like me. I would love to be just exactly like my dad. I couldn't fill his shoes. But be the very best you can. Take care of those parents. I want to leave you with a couple of quotes. Emerson said, "What lies behind you and what lies in front of you pales in comparison to what lies within you." And Napoleon Hill said, "Whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve." I believe that with all my heart. This world needs you. This region needs you. Get engaged in the SOAR initiative or get engaged in initiatives in your home county. Go back and do those community service projects. I'm going to challenge you. Be bold. Be confident. Be smart. Don't be afraid to change. I see people every single day that are scared to death of change. Change doesn't have to be a bad thing. Change can be a good thing. But we need you as Rogers Scholars to go out there and make a difference in this world. You can change this world forever. You are so bright, you are so creative, and we were just talking backstage here a few minutes ago. You're not afraid of this technology that us old fogies are scared to death of. I'm afraid I'll break something or mess something up. You guys aren't afraid of anything in technology. But use it. It's a tool. It's not a way of life. It's a tool. So use it. Use it to the best of your ability. Use it to make a change. Do something today, do something tomorrow that will improve somebody's life. Every single day when you wake up, you heard me say that this morning, make a vow. Today I'm going to do something to make someone's life better. And if you do that every single day, you're going to be a very positive person, and you're also going to make a huge difference in this world. And that's what I challenge you to do. Each of you are ambassadors of the Center for Rural Development, of Congressman Rogers, and the Rogers Scholars Program. So we expect you to do great things. We want to keep in touch with you. Delaney has said that all week. We will continue to say that. Do those community service projects and get back with us. There's a few folks that I really do need to thank before I move on with the program. First and foremost, I have got to thank Delaney Stevens. And scholars, please give him a huge, huge round of applause. Before life got so crazy, I could help Delaney a whole lot more with these programs, but my life has just gotten insanely crazy with the Fiber Initiative. As part of the SOAR Initiative, we're trying to build a hotel on property that's going to make a huge difference, and then all the other programs going on at the Center for Rural Development. So Delaney has had to take the lion's share of this and run with it. He'll still call me and ask for advice on things, but Delaney has done an incredible job, and the Rogers Scholars Program is what it is today because of Delaney. So again, thank him. I want to thank our RAs, Aaron Burris and Logan Finley. The RAs make our programs incredible, and parents, when you leave your sons and daughters with us. We take that responsibility very, very seriously. We want to make sure that when we return them to you, we give them back to you in the exact same shape that you got them, hopefully a little bit smarter and a little bit broader horizons. But we want to make sure that we watch over and do our due diligence, and these RAs do an incredible job of working with your young people. Please thank the RAs. I want to thank Congressman Rogers for his vision for this program and his support of this program. He was able to be here in week one of the program, and one of the scholars asked him, "What do you consider your greatest accomplishment in your career?" And he said, "I'm looking at it." What an endorsement. Absolutely incredible that the Rogers Scholars Program he considers his greatest achievement. So please thank Congressman Rogers. And then I want to thank the Center Board of Directors and the staff of the Center. There's so many. I'll miss some, but I do want to mention a few of the staff. And it takes an entire team effort of the Center to put on a program like this, all the behind-the-scenes work that has to go on. But I've already mentioned Delaney, Amy Ellis, Sharon Dotson, that's taken photos. Diana Winstead's been out front selling houseboat tickets, I think, and handing out programs. Back here we've got Shannon Carter and Jonathan Foster. Got Steve, I think, up on lights and sound up above, Laura Glover, all of the center staff. So please thank those folks if you would. Just about every time I see Congressman Rogers, he talks about, as he's traveling around the district, that this is the program that most folks want to talk about, and I'm so proud of that. I'm truly proud of this program. It's my very favorite thing that I get to do is the Rogers Scholars Program. I love the other youth programs, but I don't get to spend the time with the other youth programs that I do this one. But I do think this is the very best thing that we do in having a positive change or the potential for a positive change in eastern Kentucky going forward. And Congressman Rogers could not be with us this week, but he wanted to leave you a message. So at this time, let's listen to the video from Congressman Rogers.
Congratulations on your graduation. I now consider each of you as ambassadors for Southern and Eastern Kentucky. I hope you've enjoyed your experience at the Center for Rural Development. Each of you received several letters of recommendation for your selection into this program. And it's evident that there are people who believe in you and see potential for you to make a difference in our region. You must also believe in yourselves. Continue building on what you've learned this week. Further develop your skills in leadership, technology, entrepreneurship, creativity, teamwork, and community service. All of those elements are vital to our future. Even with cutting-edge technology and lofty business ideas, we can't move forward and be competitive without the leadership to take us there. You've learned a lot about entrepreneurship during the last few days. When you consider who the most successful people in Kentucky are, you'll find they're often entrepreneurs. Without them, thousands of people wouldn't have jobs today. It's about more than money, though, in your wallet. A true entrepreneur fuels the local economy and impacts thousands of families. Our region is looking to you, our future. This program was developed to invest extra time, education, training into our young people. I want you to grasp the reality of the global competition we face as a nation. You must be determined to challenge yourselves and succeed. As you prepare to finish your high school careers now, you'll be faced with a lot of choices. Choose classes and projects that challenge you. Find community service projects to fill your spare time and stay informed about the constant changes in technology. Anytime you're viewed as a leader, you must also understand the moral obligation you've got to make, the good choices that you make, and to withstand negative pressures. As an ambassador, you're always welcome to join in some of our youth projects with Pride and Unite. You can organize your own Pride cleanup team, and we'll supply you with the gear that you need. Or you can organize a Pride club or a Unite club in your school. We also have several youth projects scheduled across the region with Operation Unite, like Camp Unite, or Shoot Hoops, Not Drugs. That's with former Wildcat star Jeff Shepard. There's a multitude of ways you can be a leader right now, at home. I look forward to seeing great things from each of you. Congratulations again, and I wish you all the best.
At this time, I'd like to invite Delaney Stevens to the podium, and he can direct us through the rest of the graduation. So, Delaney.
Thank you, Lonnie, for your kind words and giving me the opportunity to work here at the Center for Rural Development. Parents, good evening and welcome to the Center and other family members. Over the past 2.5 years, I've gotten to know a lot of great young people and parents around the region. I spent a lot of time in the 45 counties that we serve, and I absolutely love my job and what I do. And so thank you, Lonnie, for giving me this opportunity. Scholars, you all have been awesome this week, and I'm as sad as you all that this program's coming to an end for 2014. So before we move on with the program tonight, we have had a great experience at Lindsey Wilson College, and there are some people that I have to thank because, as Lonnie mentioned, we couldn't have done this program without their help and assistance. First of all, President Bill Luckey for allowing us to be there at the Center for, at Lindsey Wilson College, inviting us to come on campus and spend a week with him and his staff members. It's been an incredible experience. Janie Hopkins, and I think I mentioned her on Sunday when we kicked the program off. She's the Director of Student Activities over there. She was one of the very first people that I met when I came on board here at the Center. And she is great to work with. Her assistant, Adam Capps, he's actually a former Rogers Scholar. He was with us the entire week and was tremendous help with anything that we needed. Chris Schmidt, he's the Dean of Students at Lindsey Wilson. He actually spoke to the scholars this week, and you'll get to hear more about that presentation later on. But these people have been absolutely incredible. And then last but not least, Logan Finley and Aaron Burris. Parents, you can tell we've had a long week. I'm kind of winded, and but these two RAs, they help me keep my sanity. We have 7 youth programs going on this summer. They are with me the entire time, and I have to thank them. They've been with us for the past few years, and they've been absolutely incredible. So please help me thank these individuals. Scholars, you all have had the chance to listen to some really incredible people, ranging from Governor Collins to Dr. Luckey to President Benson. And there have been several themes that resonate from these speeches. And I want to remind you about these themes as you all go back home. It's my hope that you will share your experience with your friends and family and other people who you are close to, because I want to encourage you all to lift others up. And you all are leaders, but you need to go back home and be able to encourage other people to be leaders. And some of the themes that we have heard this week, parents, first is you don't have to be from a big place to do big things. I believe Governor Collins said that best, and she is a prime example of that. Chris Schmidt talked about live, learn, and lead. Being a leader, but also continuing your education, whether that's the traditional sense, going to school and getting a degree, or every day learning something new. And then Dr. Luckey, bloom where you are planted. Don't be looking for the next great thing whenever you have something great right in front of you. And so be patient. It takes patience, and it takes a support network to do great things. And so I encourage you all to keep that in mind. And then Lonnie kind of touched on this a little bit. We encourage with the Rogers Scholars Program, it was created as an action step toward Congressman Rogers' goal that no young person should have to leave home to find their future. And so it's okay to boomerang. Go out, experience the world, take mission trips, and experience other places. But we want you to be able to come back and create opportunities for yourselves and others in your communities in southern and eastern Kentucky. And that's what I encourage you most to do, is continue to learn and lead by example. Challenge the status quo. You know, I believe Dr. Hackbert talked about that. A lot of our speakers encourage you to do that, and that's what this program is all about, stepping outside of that comfort zone, meeting new people. We have 25 counties represented this week in the program, and you all have done an incredible job of getting to know each other, forming friendships, and so keep that going. And the last thing I want to leave you with is a quote. Eleanor Roosevelt said, "Great minds discuss ideas, average minds discuss events, and small minds discuss people." Scholars, you all are great minds. You have great minds, and don't let people tell you any different. Parents, every year the Rogers Scholars Program selects ambassadors for this program. Even though each and every one of you are ambassadors, they select 2 among their peers to serve as a guiding force for program curriculum, helping me plan the annual youth programs reunion and other fundraisers that we do. It's a great way to stay connected with us at the center. And so earlier in the week, these students chose their ambassadors for the week. And so they're going to come up and talk about everything we've done this week. You're going to get to hear about the majors from those groups, but please help me congratulate and welcome to the stage Ms. McKenna Thibodeau and Mr. Andy Butine.
My name is McKenna Thibodeau, and I'm from Whitley County.
My name is Andy Butine, and I'm from Pulaski County.
Okay, we're going to be sharing a little bit from the week, so whenever you go home, you already know what we did this week, and here we go. On our first day, we did get to know you games. We obviously didn't know each other that well, from 25 different counties. Learning names was hard. Some of the different games helped us get to know each other better, get to know each other's personalities.
On day 2, we went to Asbury University to the challenge course. In the morning, we had the low ropes challenge, which helped us with our team building and our cooperation with each other. And in the afternoon, we went to the high ropes course, as you can see. And it's a challenge course in the trees. And we all encouraged each other. We all encouraged each other to complete the course, and you get down with a swing or a zip line. Delaney did the swing.
This is from our entrepreneurship training from Berea College. It was really neat to have college students out teaching us and showing us what it's like to be an entrepreneur. One of my favorite activities that we did that day was sticky notes. They handed each of us a few sticky notes, and we wrote on them some of the failures in our personal lives that we thought we had, anything ranging from I'm a bad runner to my ACT score is terrible. And once we wrote them, everyone's original idea, we stuck them on the windows. After that, they led us to look at them, read them, and pick up ones that you thought related to your life also. That helped us realize that, you know, everyone shares the same failures, and we all thought that was pretty neat. This is former Governor Collins. We all enjoyed listening to her since she was the first woman governor of Kentucky. She shared with us a quote that personally was one of my favorites from the week. "You don't waste time. That's someone's life, and that is valuable."
After that, we had a college fair. We had 19 different colleges come out and share their information with us. We went around in pairs of twos, and we got the information we needed for college. It was very helpful through that experience.
This was a formal etiquette training. Some of us were thinking that this was going to be absolutely crazy, but it turns out that it was much more beneficial than what we thought it was going to be. She shared with us, Sue Stivers, that we all need to be proud of where we're from, no matter if you're from where no one knows where that's at all, to Louisville or something. She taught us that the first impression does make a difference, and it is very important that people understand that, yes, I can have proper etiquette. See?
After our dinner, we went to a ballroom dancing class where we halfway learned how to waltz and swing. Some people mastered it, some people did not. I did not. But it was a great experience. We all had a good time.
One of the mornings we were able to learn about the Special Olympics and about the Congressional Award. Audrey actually has completed part of the Congressional Award, so it was neat to hear from her about all the community service that you can do and how you can be rewarded for that. The Special Olympics gave us a way to connect to our communities and to earn community service, and we thought that was really neat.
We had a pride cleanup out at Green Lake. We went out there, and there's us all huddled around afterwards. And we cleaned up around that area, picking up trash wherever people just throw it down. We also had the Lindsey Wilson's College Dean of Students. He came in, Chris Schmidt, and he talked to us about perseverance and how we can do something if we want to try hard enough. He talked to us about his experiences with the Ironman Challenge. It's the longest marathon. It consists of 112-mile bike ride, a full marathon at the end, and 2.5 miles of swimming at the beginning. And it was a very inspirational message.
Mr. Lawson, he got to speak to us on several different occasions. One of my favorites was whenever he spoke to us about how community service should be something that whenever we do, we should be changing lives. All of the scholars have to complete a community service assignment as they go home within a year. So he helped us brainstorm ideas, perfect our ideas, and really just get us more involved in that.
And Dr. Bill Luckey, he's the president of Lindsey Wilson College. His message was also very inspiring. He talked about how the scholarship opportunities that we get with this program can benefit our future exponentially. He also talked about how Lindsey Wilson helps their community, and he was very, very inspirational. And finally, we had a video conference with NASA, and this man was a rocket scientist, and his main message was, you control your own future. He wanted us to go to college, continue our education, and just believe in ourselves to where we could have a better future.
Lastly, this morning at the center, we had the opportunity to listen to an Olympic basketball player in 1972, Kenny Davis. It was very interesting to hear his story about what happened to him in the Olympics, and it gave us the note that we don't need a physical medal or award to represent our inward achievements that we have. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great job, you all, and congratulations again. The scholars, you all are ambassadors, and so whenever you go home from the program tonight, we're going to continue to stay engaged with you all. We have a lot of different activities going on throughout the year, ranging from different fundraisers. You talked to Julie Goodpaster with Special Olympics Kentucky. I hope each and every one of you will come down to Lake Cumberland in February and do the polar plunge with us. It's, you know, freezing for a reason is what she says, and it's definitely cold. I did it last year, and it was a great time, and so I hope that you guys will be able to come back and do that with us next year. In addition to everything that McKenna and Andy have talked about, we've also spent a considerable amount of time in career pathway majors. And we do these majors to give scholars the opportunity to get excited about their career choices moving forward with their high school and college. And these career pathways are very hands-on. We try to challenge them, and we would not be able to do this without the support and the partnerships of the professors, the institutions that help us out with this. And I have to thank those individuals before moving on with the presentations. We have an engineering major, healthcare, and video production. And with the engineering major, UK College of Engineering, they've been teaching this for all 17 years of Rogers Scholars. Dr. Bruce Walcott has done a phenomenal job, and so I have to thank him. Lake Cumberland Regional Hospital, Southern Kentucky Area Health Education Center, Lindsey Wilson College of Nursing, they provided the instruction for the healthcare career. And then Lindsey Wilson College Department of Journalism for providing the video production instruction. And so please help me thank these outstanding partners that we have. The first group that is going to share their experience with you tonight is engineering. Please help me welcome to the stage the engineering students.
Hi everyone, my name is Audrey Moore. I'm from Pulaski County.
My name is Graham Lewis. I'm from Morgan County.
Hi, my name is Paige Dabney and I'm from Taylor County.
My name is Morgan Pugh. I'm from Leslie County.
My name is Austin Bailey, and I am from Lee County.
I'm Jensen Pierce, and I'm from Pulaski County. I'm Reagan Warren from Knox County.
My name is Amanda Moberly and I'm from Jessamine County.
My name is Adam Cornett and I'm from Martin County.
My name is Axel Bryant and I'm from Owsley County, and I will be giving you an introduction to our engineering major. I want to give another huge thank you to Dr. Bruce Walcott. He was an amazing teacher. He taught us all the different kinds of engineering and all different things to do. He was an electrical engineer from UK. Like, if I go into engineering, I'm going to UK.
We are going to explain to you the flavors of engineering, which are the types of engineering. The first one's biosystems and agriculture, and the second one's chemical and material, then civil, and those are the ones that we're going to explain. In biosystems and agriculture, what it is they work with the different materials that we grow and process them. So food, fiber, and different renewable energy sources.
Okay, the chemical and material engineering. Engineers make new sources of fuel, pharmaceuticals, and novel plastics and metals.
And then civil, they are the engineers that deal with the design, manufacturing, and construction of the physical and naturally built things like bridges and structures and things like that.
Computer engineering is a discipline that integrates several fields of electrical engineering and computer science required to develop computer hardware and software. They don't only focus on how they work, they also focus on how they integrate into a larger picture.
Mechanical engineering applies the principles of engineering, physics, and materials for the maintenance of mechanical systems. Mining engineering involves the practice, the theory, the science, the technology, and application of extracting and processing minerals from a naturally occurring environment.
Okay, our first task that we done was we had a piece of aluminum foil and we were supposed to make a boat out of it, and we were supposed to place it in water and see if we could make pennies float on it. This was a part of civil engineering.
Civil engineering is they build structures like skyscrapers, buildings, boats, bridges, stuff like that.
We each had numerous tries of how to make the boat float. Some did better than others, some didn't do so well altogether.
Ours was the best.
I think the most that the boat held was what, 20, 25? 27 pennies, so we done pretty good.
Oh wait, you're yeah.
The second project we did. We need to switch. The second project we did was an electrical engineering flavor, as Dr. Walcott called it. It was through electromagnetism. We use common items such as a D battery, a rubber band, a magnet, and a piece of copper wire. And that just spins. It's amazing. Like, we were so blown away by that.
Okay, to start off the second day in engineering, we were doing an activity called a Shark Tank Inventions, and it's where we were put into groups of 3, and we're assigned to build a prototype of a project and then construct it out of construction paper. After we constructed it, we pretended like we were in a elevator with a wealthy businesswoman, and we had to try to get her to invest in it. This project taught us how to or all the different types of engineering, and also helped us build our entrepreneurship skills. And then in the video up there, that group, I think their invention was a marshmallow with chocolate in it, so s'mores aren't so messy, but.
Next, we were split into pairs of 2, and our task was to assemble NXT robots. We used these to complete different tasks on this long board, and we would use computers to program what they did.
Throughout this major, we learned that engineering is not only about math and science, but about teamwork, perseverance, and helping others through creativity and the development of new ideas. Although it was frustrating at times, we were taught that with imagination, whether building robots or selling marshmallows, we are all capable of contributing to the greater good while making a career out of something useful and enjoyable. Thank you.
Great job, you all. The next career pathway that I would like to invite to the stage is healthcare, so please help me welcome them.
Hi, I'm Abby Sweeney, and I'm from McGoffin County.
Hi, I'm Reagan Roberts, and I'm from Wayne County.
I'm Molly Morgan. I'm from Cumberland County.
I'm McKenna Thibodeau from Whitley County.
I am Sarah Elam from Round County.
I'm Dylan Cottle from Letcher County.
Hi, I'm Molly Dalton, and I'm from Wayne County.
I'm Adriana Dameron, and I'm from Carter County.
I'm Andy Buton. I'm from Pulaski County.
I'm Tate Green, and I'm from Floyd County. We began in the physical therapy department, where our guinea pig Andy here had a high voltage electricity therapy technique demonstrated on him. We were very, very happy that it caused him pain, and we were even able to cause him to raise his hand. We were very happy.
I was the guinea pig all day. What we got next was, I got a heart scan. Yeah. It's called an echocardiogram, and what they do is they use an ultrasound machine and they shoot sound waves into my chest cavity, and the ultrasound machine reads them, and you get to see a picture of my heart on the screen. Let's see. He also let everybody play around with it, so. Yep. That was fun. Yep. Okay. We also went to the radiology department at the hospital. We got to see different things like x-rays. We're in the CT room here. Here she's just explaining how it works. A CT scan is just a moving x-ray, basically. Here we're getting to see scans. This is an ultrasound, different kind of ultrasound. X-rays, x-ray films, x-ray machine.
We also got to visit the emergency room, and we had 2 nurses in there helping us. And they basically explained the different kind of situations that you would face while you were working in the emergency room. And by these situations, it showed how tough the medical field could be, but also how rewarding. They taught us the different ways to treat. You had to be quick on your feet, fast to make decisions. And here she was showing us just some of the equipment. And our guinea pig, Andy, again, got hooked up to a heart monitor. And also they showed us some oxygen tubes that they would put in if you came in, had like an allergic reaction or just couldn't breathe by yourself. That was a very good experience for all of us to see.
The first hands-on experience that we got to participate in was we learned how to sew somebody up after surgery. And for me, I always wanted to go into healthcare. Now I'm not so sure. But what happened was he gave us a foam square and it had a red line on it. And then he gave you all of the tools that it takes to sew up a patient after surgery. And I know for me, my needle popped off about 5 times, so that patient wouldn't have done so hot. That really makes me realize how lucky we are to have people around that know what they're doing, and it makes me realize that they are very, very educated people, and they props to them because I definitely can't do it. And it was just a great experience all around.
Our guest speaker this week at the hospital was Dr. Seatak. He is a surgeon, and he came in and talked about his experience with surgery and some things he had operated on in the past and the time it took to get through college to become a surgeon. So that was very beneficial for several of us here with surgery in mind for a future career. And here are some finishing pictures of us doing our sewing experience.
One of the opportunities we had in the healthcare pathway was to watch a surgery firsthand. We dressed in scrubs and were placed into different operation rooms. I watched a hernia surgery. It was amazing to see a medical procedure done in a field that I wish to someday pursue.
A couple other girls and myself had the wonderful opportunity to observe a complete hysterectomy, It was amazing just being in the operating room and seeing what doctors do on a day-to-day basis.
My personal favorite surgery that I got to watch was a neurologist. He was performing spinal surgery on one of the patients, and it was really neat for me to be able to see that because that's something that I also would like to pursue.
The last thing that we did at the hospital was we got to go visit the helicopter, and we got to meet a flight nurse and a flight paramedic, and we learned a little bit about them and what they like to do and why they picked the job and the requirements of the job. And so some of the things that we learned were like the time that they're allotted to get in the air once they're called in, which is not very long. And we also learned the routes that they take people depending on the situation that you're in, such as if you've been in a car wreck, they would likely take you to UK, UT, Vanderbilt, or somewhere like that with a good trauma center. As you can also maybe see, we got to actually go in the helicopter and see their regular work environment, which is pretty small. And so I think I speak for all of us when I say I think they're pretty amazing because they do the regular work of a nurse, but they do it hundreds of feet in the air.
After we were finished at the hospital, we went to Lindsey Wilson's nursing center, and there a nurse helped us to understand how your blood flows through your heart and into the rest of your body. And she also taught us how to take someone's blood pressure and pulse, and we actually got to practice on each other. Everything that we've learned this week about healthcare will definitely help us in the future since we are all interested in the medical field. Thank you.
Great job, guys. The last but certainly not least career pathway that I would like to welcome up is the video production. They spent a lot of time on campus at Lindsey Wilson, and I've been really impressed with how this major has evolved over the past few years, especially since we've been over at Lindsey Wilson for the program. So please help me welcome the video production major to the stage.
My name is Lachey Fugit, and I'm from Elliott County.
My name is Ryan Fox, and I'm from Carter County.
My name is Destiny Kennett, and I'm from Adair County.
My name is Katie Sowards, and I'm from Johnson County.
My name is January Moore, and I'm from Wolfe County.
My name is Blake Blevins, and I'm from Harlan County.
My name is Talon Baker, and I'm from Bell County.
My name is Brady Salisbury, and I'm from Breathitt County.
My name is Landria Smith, and I'm from Lincoln County.
And my name is Ryan Richardson, and I'm from Whately County. This week, we had the major of video production. And, you know, getting into it, I didn't think it was going to be very exciting. I actually chose healthcare, but it was actually a lot more fun than what I expected. We had two really great instructors, and she's going to introduce them in a few minutes, talk about them a little bit. But we learned a lot about like journaling or scripting, like what you need to say in broadcasting, and of course we learned about broadcasting like on the news. And we also learned a lot about computer editing, and that was a major part of what we were doing in the class, was just putting together a video, which you're going to see in a bit. So all in all, it was a really great experience, and it really taught us teamwork. And I think all of the majors really hit on that, working with a group.
Yes, I think I can speak for all of us when I say that we enjoyed working as a team to pull apart what you're about to see. But over the course of the week, we had two amazing helpers, Miss Stephanie Tarter and Travis Smith. Stephanie was recently an anchor, so she really helped. And Travis helped teach us about the editing and as far as that. And I'll let Brady here talk more about that.
We were split up into two teams, the 10 of us here, and based on our abilities. And so me and Talon here, we were the head editors for each team because we had a lot of past experience with iMovie, which is very similar to Final Cut Pro, which is the program we had to use for making our film this week. A lot of the features were very similar, so it was pretty easy to catch on. But as editors, we had to do a lot of work with picking what clips and voices and things like that would go into the storyline, which she'll talk to you about.
After we got the pictures on the timeline, we ran through a series of procedures such as copy and paste, Ken Burns, which is basically zooming in on the video and zooming out to make the picture not so still but have movement, and also voiceovers along with music. For example, there's a series of 3 timelines. The middle one has the pictures and video clips. The top, which is probably the most important, is the voiceovers. As you'll see in our video, you'll hear someone talking a little over, like a still image to tell you a little bit about what's happening. And in the bottom are where we put the music, and you'll hear that as background.
Meanwhile, January and I were learning how to operate the extremely complex cameras that they use to shoot interviews. They're probably about 3 times the size of any of the cameras that I see out here. We had to learn how to zoom, turn it on. We had to learn how to set it up on the tripod, install the battery pack, find the right outlets to plug it in, and manage audio levels and make sure that everything was optimal for the interview, because they're impromptu and you only get one chance.
Yes, and it's really difficult because once you get it set up, you have to figure out where you need to place it so that the person you're filming looks correct. So you don't want the person to be in the center. You need them to be kind of off to the side, which is a little odd, but it looks great. And before you do all of that, you have to white balance, which just makes the brightness look correct. And so if you, what you do is you take a piece of paper and you stick it in the front and you press a button and it white balances it. And if you don't do that, it will change the color if you go outside, if you were inside.
So when you want to be told a story, where do you typically go? Some of you might say Facebook, the television, might go to CNN, but really what we don't think about anymore due to our new world of tablets and computers and all this technology that we have nowadays, we don't really get to see this new kind, it's not really new, but this old kind of media, which is called theater. And one of the people that we actually got to interview was Professor Robert Brock, who, reason why I called it new is because it's new to Lindsey Wilson. 5 years ago, they didn't have theater. You couldn't go there and see a play. And you know what's amazing about what he does at that program is that he's so passionate about what he does. He doesn't do theater because not only does he love it, but that children, older people, teenagers, everyone can be a part of it. And so I'm not going to go really far into about Robert Brock. We actually interviewed him, and at the end, everyone is going to get to see our interview with him. But one of the really cool things he's doing actually tonight is the Theater Fest. And yesterday, 11 scholars were actually got to go see The Sound of Music. And it was really wonderful because not only was the play really great, but his actors were so passionate. They were so calibrated on everything they were supposed to do, and it was really wonderful to see this performance and to see someone like Robert Brock, who just, wants to tell the most richest form of storytelling, which is being phased out, unfortunately, by tablets and iPhones and iPods and just all sorts of technology that's just throwing away the greatest stories that we will ever hear.
My group interviewed Chris Schmidt, and he is the Dean of Students at Lindsey Wilson College, and he is not only involved in the students' education but also in their personal lives.
So as you can see, we had lots of fun doing this. Like they said before, there was only a couple of us that had experience in videoing and editing, really just video production, so that made it a lot more interesting. But really it gave us a lot more of a memorable experience. Working together allowed us to grow so much closer as individuals, which made it a lot easier to get this task done. We now have a whole new perspective on the industry, and we respect the hard work that it takes to prepare such a small segment, and we really look at newscasts and stuff different now.
At this time, I would like to present two incredible stories about two wonderful people that we got the privilege to meet this week.
Welcome to RaiderCast. Thanks for joining us for the Rogers Scholar Edition covering your campus and community news on Duo County Channel 2. I'm January Moore.
And I'm Ryan Richardson. This week, the Rogers Scholars have been busy writing, shooting, and editing news stories. For our first story, our reporters decided to find out more about student life at Lindsey Wilson College. We've been living in the dorms all week and eating in the cafeteria. Believe it or not, the college life embodies way more than just sleeping and eating.
The Rogers Scholars had the privilege of meeting Chris Schmidt, Dean of Students. Schmidt provided a wealth of information regarding student life. Here is Lachey Fugit to tell us more.
When asked what set Lindsey Wilson College apart, he said the mission and relationships here with the students and staff.
I see it in the cafeteria ladies who serve the mashed potatoes and know all of our students' names, know how they like their mashed potatoes, know how they like this, how they like that. I see it in the professors who get to know the students very, very well. By the time they're juniors and seniors, they can tell you everything about their personal lives and their professional academic lives, and they want to see them go to graduate school or they help them get jobs. And I see it in the staff people that like myself, who help a person learn outside the classroom. And I think that's the really neat thing about being part of the college. But if I have to be thankful of something, I'm thankful that we've been able to bring a lot of people on staff and grow the student services department to where we have a lot of other quality people in positions that have the same philosophy, believe in the mission, want to live that spirit of live, learn, lead for themselves and for our students. This is not the same campus I stepped foot on 19 years ago, and I'm proud of it. As I've stayed in higher education, I realize the power and influence that education has on changing people's lives, not just the individual who's involved, but the people who come in contact with that individual who gets their education. There's a place out there for every person. And so, as much as I want every young person that I meet to come to Lindsey Wilson College, I'll be thrilled to death if they choose Lindsey Wilson College, but I'll be even more excited if they choose to go to college or university, period. Because if they can get their education, then they have a chance to not only change their lives, but change the lives of all the people they come in contact with. So that would be my last message.
This is Lachey Fugit reporting.
I gotta do the Rogers Scholars later.
Yes.
Woo! We did it.
As you can see, Mr. Schmidt is a distinct voice for the many appealing aspects of LWC. He is also an advocate for personal growth. His appreciation for education is a true inspiration to many, as well as his mission for everyone to live, learn, and lead.
We all know that LWC is a very active campus that offers a myriad of opportunities to its students. Recently, we were able to shine a spotlight on its thriving theater program. Ron Fox, our own reporter, tell us more.
Everything that has been thought, everything that has been experienced in the human world has been put on stage at some time. It's in a play somewhere.
These students, like their professor, Robert Brock, want to express in Brock's words the most powerful form of storytelling.
Well, first of all, there was no theater program 4 years ago, and I came in and was asked to start one. So
Lindsey Wilson College has a variety of students who participate in their theater program.
I have students who are tennis players, golfers, football players, basketball players, musicians. 2.5 years ago, they were all wooden seats from the 1930s. There were 6 lighting instruments, only 4 of them worked. There was no sound system. There were no curtains on stage at all. The balconies that are in there didn't exist. It was an old auditorium.
In fact, Professor Brock is a major advocate for a fine arts building to be put on campus.
I am pushing for a fine arts building. And there's many reasons for that. First of all, the art department's been in the basement of a building over here for a long time. Music is cramped, and theater didn't exist. Now, a lot's going on, and we need a place. Somebody talked about this chapel over here. One of the religion professors was talking about how it gave a spiritual center to this campus, and I believe that. I think it did. It needs a soul. We have a spirit, we need a soul, and that's the arts.
In the arms of an angel, fly away from here, from this dark, cold hotel room, and the endlessness that you fear. You are pulled from the wreckage of your silent reverie. You're in the arms of an angel. May you find.
Every day, theater students must work around space and utility limitations, and they're crying out for help. Please call the number on your screen and offer your support. For just pennies a day, you can help provide props, paintbrushes, and pizzazz. Call now and you will receive a kind thank you. Right now, there is a theater program that needs you, and your call says, I'm here to help.
Professor Brock and his students are very eager to kick off the 2014-2015 theater season. We ask that you show your support by attending one of their many upcoming productions. With the vast diversity they offer, there's sure to be something for everyone. For more information, such as showtimes and ticket pricing, go to www.info@lindsey.edu.
That will conclude this Roger Scholar edition of RaiderCast. Check in on Mondays at 12:30 and 7 on Duo County Channel 2, covering your campus and community news. Thanks for joining us. I'm January Moore.
And I'm Ryan Richardson, and we've decided
College is Bay.
Great job, you all. Let's give another hand up for these students. I mean, all three career pathways are really great, and even though some of the scholars don't get the first choice that they had hoped for, I think it's safe to say that all of you had a good time in your major. Is that right? Yeah? Okay, somebody maybe changed their mind, healthcare majors. Some of you, I heard, might not want to be a healthcare professional in the future. So, but that's why we do these career pathways, to give you all the opportunity to see what it's like in the real world and to get excited about those choices that are out there for you. Before we move on, parents, I just want to say that we've been doing a lot of different activities throughout the week. I hope you've had a chance to stay updated and stay engaged with us through our social media page on Facebook and Twitter. And if you haven't had the chance to do that yet, I encourage you to get on Facebook youth programs at the center. We've got a lot of photos up already, and here in the next few days I'll continue to upload the rest of them. And so please get on there. It's a great way to see what we've been doing this week, but it's also a great way to stay engaged with us once the program ends tonight. So parents, students, I encourage you all to get on there and like our page. We're also going to be concluding the program here in a little bit, and we have brought all of the luggage over from Lindsey Wilson College, and it's in Ballroom E. And so whenever we finish tonight, we'll help you get over to Ballroom E. It's just adjacent to the theater here in the hallway. And so just wanted to make sure, parents, that you all knew about that. At this time, I want to invite Logan Finley up to introduce the Doug Reese Memorial Award winner. This award is in memory of Doug Reese and is awarded to the Rogers Scholar with the highest scoring application from their particular week. The award is a $250 scholarship as well as a special gift that is presented to the award winner. Logan?
Doug Reese was well known throughout southern and eastern Kentucky as a prominent attorney, civic leader, and raconteur. Doug was born in Cincinnati, Ohio, son of Albert and Opal Montgomery Reese in 1942. Doug's family moved to Jackson County, Kentucky when he was a child. Doug suddenly passed away on January 4, 2006. He is survived by one daughter, Amy, and one son, Adrian, as well as one brother, Gary Reese. Doug earned his bachelor's degree at Eastern Kentucky University in 1964. After graduation from Tyner High School in his native Jackson County, he earned his law degree from the University of Louisville in 1971. He was a consummate politician. Just after his admission to the bar in 1971 and through 1986, Reese was in private practice in Clay and Laurel counties and served as attorney for Manchester for 5 years during that time. In the 1980s, Doug moved from Manchester to London, Kentucky. His law practices in the 1980s were one of the largest coal law practices in eastern Kentucky. From 1986 until 1993, he was senior managing partner for Reese, Lang & Breeding, a corporate business and banking practice aimed primarily at the coal and energy businesses, with offices in London, Corbin, Versailles, Manchester, Nicholasville, Danville, and Lexington, Kentucky. From 1993 until 1997, he served as counsel to Reese, Lang & Breeding, with offices in London, Lexington, as well as Atlanta. The next year, he served as counsel to Napier & Associates from 1998 until 2006. He was again in solo private practice in London. He was admitted to the bar of U.S. District Courts for Eastern and Western Districts of Kentucky, the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Sixth Circuit, and the U.S. Supreme Court. He served on the board of directors of the Center for Rural Development from 1995 through 2005 and was board chairman from July 1994 until his death. He was named the executive board of Kentucky Native American Arts and Crafts Center at General Butler State Park in 2003. Reese was also a board member of the Sanders Brown Center for Aging at the University of Kentucky from 1992 till 1998. Appointed by the governor of the Kentucky Appalachian Task Force, the Regional Crime Commission from 1972 to 1974, and the Kentucky Appalachian Commission from 1996 until 2004. He had also served as a board member of the Kentucky Opry, Mountain Arts Center, and the Board of Overseers of the University of Louisville, and the Board of Trustees at the University of Louisville. The Eastern Kentucky, the Eastern Kentucky Corporation, and in 1990 was named vice chairman of that entity, and in 1991 its chairman. He was a member of the fundraising committee of Corporative Community Care, a former member of Natural Resources and Environmental Law section of the American Bar Association. He had also been a director of London Bank and Trust, First State Bank of Manchester, a director of National City Bank Southeast, covering London, Manchester, Harlan, Middlesboro, Corbin, and Barbersville when he died. Reese was a Mason and a member of the Lafayette Club, the National Trust for Historic Preservation, Kentucky Historical Society, the Jaycees, Kiwanis Club, London and Laurel Chamber of Commerce, Sons of the Mexican War Veterans, and Kenton Ken, descendants of Simon Kenton. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's winner is Brady Salisbury.
To close out tonight's program, I want to ask Aaron to come on up, and we're going to present certificates of completion to these Rogers Scholars.
Austin Bailey. Taylin Baker. Blake Blevins. Axel Bryant. Andy Butine. Dylan Cottle. Sorry. I hate when somebody's Adam Cornett. Paige Dabney. Molly Dalton. Adriana Dameron. Sarah Elam. Ryan Fox. Lachey Fugit. Tate Green. Destiny Kennett. Graham Lewis. Amanda Moberly. Audrey Moore. January Moore. Molly Morgan. Jensen Pierce. Morgan Pugh. Ryan Richardson. Reagan Roberts. Brady Salisbury. Landria Smith. Michaela Sowards. Abby Sweeney. McKenna Thibodeau. Reagan Warren. Ladies and gentlemen, these are your 2014 Rogers Scholars.
Before we close, there are some folks that I need to thank. Delaney mentioned a few of them, but I want to mention them again. First and foremost, Congressman Rogers. Please give him a huge round of applause if you would. And then I've got a list here so we can wait till the end on the others. The Center Board of Directors, the Center staff, the UK College of Engineering, and especially Dr. Walcott and his wife was a tremendous help this week as well. Lindsey Wilson College, Bill Lucky, and all of the staff at Lindsey Wilson, we could not put on the program without them. South Kentucky Rural Electric Cooperative, who has raised over $200,000 for this program over the last 12 years. AT&T, Mr. Milton Huffaker, Conley Bottom Resort, Lake Cumberland Regional Hospital, Southern Kentucky AHEC, all of our speakers for the week, and last but not least, certainly all of you parents, and a special thank you to Delaney and the RAs. Would you give all of those folks a huge round of applause? Scholars, we're so proud of you, and I understand you've got a little something you want to do for your parents. Is that correct? The floor is yours.
We are family. Yeah, we're brothers, sisters, and me. We are family. on your knees, hands on your knees. Axel, 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 Axel. So. Happy birthday, McKenna.